Hey guys, this is TFPrimecast, episode 5. I'm your host, Erimus Prime. Also with me are Optanimus Prime and Ray. How you doing, guys?
Groove-tastic.
I'm alright. Headache, but good otherwise.
I was going to say, alright's better than not alright, so... Oh, and we are the youngest Transformers podcast. I always forget to say that. Oh yeah, and this is Nerdy Geek Talk, the source for all your nerdy geek needs, because we don't have our own YouTube channel. Do you think it's worth it to have our own TF Primecast channel, or do you think it's just easier to have it on this one with all the other stuff we have?
If it gets more popular, then we should expand.
Yeah, I was going to say, actually it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we don't have much news, but we will talk about something else at the end to fill time. So first off, does anyone have anything new? Anyone get anything? Ray, I know you did.
Yeah, I got TFC Hypnos after selling off like my entire collection of other stuff. So
yeah, wait. So do you not have any other Transformers toys now?
Nope.
So what inspired you to do that?
Wait, didn't you just get all of the Titans Return figures?
Yep, it's a long story.
Yeah. Is TF? You have it though?
Yeah.
Like still? Are you planning on selling?
Yeah,
it
I
or
kept that. No.
No.
I like it. Yeah, it's pretty good.
You gonna get the
Yeah.
others?
Maybe. Probably. I don't really like Terrible that much, so yeah, probably.
Optanimus, did you get anything? You ordered something technically, but
Technically, I ordered. No Transformers related. I didn't get anything, but I did get some new pop figures of Godzilla and Rick from Rick and Morty.
Huh. I didn't get anything yet, but I ordered, and it should be here. What's today? Thursday? Tomorrow. Fornax, the Voyagers, the Leaders. I already had the Deluxes, the Legends, and all the Titan Masters, both Wave 1 and 2. And, what was I going to say? Oh, the Legends I actually got a whole case of. So, it's going to be... How many are there? There are 3.
8.
3. Yeah, there's 8 of them. So there's 3 stripes. I get one of each. That's how I made sure, because I just want one of every mold. And then Optanimus is getting some.
I'll wheelie and rewind.
Yeah. Then Andimus and Dragonus Prime are 2 hopefully soon to be hosts. I still need to get Dragonus Prime's Skype. His phone's kind of wacky. So
Get Animus on here, man.
I know. Animus said, we were hoping to get him on this week, maybe next week. He was hoping to, but we did not. Either way, so all that, and the case is most of the cast, everyone except for our European friend, is getting in on this case of Titans Return Legends. I'm sorry you were excluded, Ray.
I feel so left out.
Yeah, but you have Kapow toys, so it makes things...
Yeah, like, the crap to like, oh, you got BBTS and TF Source. I'd trade Kapow toys in a microsecond for either of those.
I've never used TF Source, but they sound and look good. I've just never really used them. Big Bad Toy Store is pretty good at getting stuff in stock. They are not the greatest at notifying you and stuff, but my recent orders have been okay, so I'm more okay with it now. But I've had some not great... like coordination, I guess, is how I describe them. They were very uncoordinated in their efforts to get me my order, and it was really confusing. But they stepped up their game for the last couple orders, so I'm happy with them now. So yeah, I didn't really get anything new either. Just we'll have all that stuff on Friday, but I'm not opening it.
Well, actually, Aramis, I know what you're gonna say next week for the Did you get anything new section? I know what you're gonna say. I know what one of the items is.
What?
ID Spy Changers Ultra Magnus.
Oh yeah. We still need to trade that out. I need to. So once the Legends come, I'll give you your Legends class figures you ordered, and we'll trade for that Magnus, and then I'll give you my is it Universe Cyclonus, so you can tighten up the ball joints and the hips.
Oh yeah, I can definitely do that for you. I
Yeah.
can definitely do that for you.
Either way. So first bit of news. This is movie news. Have you guys seen the Transformers 5 poster that got shown in New York City? Apparently,
Which one?
I have seen it.
you have seen it. What the heck is Prime fighting? It's some like
Mama. No, but seriously, I don't know.
it's like 3 dragons or a 3-headed dragon that doesn't look like it has eyes, and I can't tell.
Redacon! There you go.
I can't tell if it's Cybertronian or not. I'm leaning towards not, but I'm not sure. And then there's a Decepticon flag in the middle. That's what
Well-
interests me the most, honestly.
Transformers Prime, Predaking was a 3-headed dragon. So just
He wasn't
a little
on.
thing
He
to
wasn't
think
in the
about.
show, but he was.
He was in the toy.
Yeah.
Well, the first
see?
toy. I got the second. I got the first toy. It's awful. So I got the second version, which is like leader class size. They did that at the end. It was like the upscaled Legion class one. They like upscaled it and added stuff to make it the right size, but it was a Voyager class. That's a much better toy. I got the 3-headed Predaking. Oh, I hate that toy so much.
Well, see, I actually don't mind it's the legs that bother me.
Oh, I mean like the mold as a whole. I'm not talking about the fact that it's 3-headed. I just mean like the toy. I hated it. I can't even explain why. For the most part, I hated it so much. I don't know. There are a lot of things I could say bad about it.
Well, it's the legs and the hand that really got me.
And the face was just completely inaccurate. But either way, I got
Yeah,
the
it
second
says it
one.
was.
I love the second Voyager that came out. But either way, I guess this is in line with what we heard before, the rumors about it being like medieval time stuff, because Prime is still a knight. Although his arms, one thing to note, you know how his arms change in Transformers Age of Extinction into like knight armor on his forearms? That's not the same anymore. So either way, it looks like he has the same sword, but he's fighting some dragon. So, yay? I don't know. Oh, also, there was a full render of Squeaks. I don't know. Did we talk about this last week? Squeak's robot mode got revealed?
Yeah, no, we did not.
I didn't
No,
think
we
so.
didn't.
I didn't put it on here either because I really don't want to talk about it because it's awful and I'd like to ignore him.
Squeaks is something that looks like he's made out of trash, isn't it?
Yes. He transforms into like some little motorcycle and he's supposed to be the main girl's like BFF, sort of like her Bumblebee type figure, I guess. But I don't know. I typically buy like all the toys. Like Deluxe, Voyager, Leader, stuff like that. Like not the one-step changers because I like to actually transform stuff. But I don't know if I'm going to buy any Squeaks toys because when they showed off his robot mode, it's like, wow, it's a pile of trash.
Yeah, it's very similar to Devastator in that it is just a giant pile of trash.
But at least Devastator
Except
had
smaller this time.
No. Devastator had limbs. This guy doesn't have limbs, okay? I'm not
Really?
serious. Yeah, you have to look at it. Either way, so Optimus is
I
fighting
thought he had
dragons.
arms.
Optimus is fighting dragons. Yay. His arms are like the petals of the... I don't know. Either way, okay, so next bit of news, we're going into TV news / toy news now, technically. So how do I explain this? Have you guys seen the RID Warrior Class Starscream news?
No, I have not. Or I've heard about it.
Oh, you should.
I'm not.
You should pull up TFW 2005 right now. It's the first article of in-hand images. So you should look at those so you can see what I'm talking about. So you can do that while I'm talking about it right now. Yeah, so Toys R Us exclusive Starscream. No one had any idea this was happening. Also, so apparently this hit in Ontario, I believe, somewhere in Canada, I think. But they got a wave, sort of like the previous wave in Toys R Us exclusive, where it was repaints, except it was Bumblebee and Sideswipe, Clash of the Transformers, Bumblebee and Sideswipe, and then Clash of the Transformers, Megatronus. All those were repaints, except Megatronus had a new head. That's it. Now, apparently there's another wave that was just released. One is a Power Surge Warrior Class Optimus Prime, which is a repaint of the mainline Power Surge Optimus. Paralon or Ambulon. I think it might be. I don't know. Paralon. That's what I think its name is. It's a purple repaint of Scorponok, the RID Scorponok. And so both of those are repaints of the mainline toy. And then Starscream, who was never announced. Okay, so the Optimus one was announced. The purple Scorponok, he was revealed through the RID app. And so we knew about him, but he hasn't been announced yet. He's just out.
Ooh, I am digging the color scheme on this stuff.
Starscream was just... he appeared. I would love to have been that guy who has this and just like have walked into Toys R Us and been like, oh my god, it's a Transformer that I didn't know was being made. Because we know about stuff like years before, like a year, I'd say normally is when we get announcements or leaks that like, hey, this is coming, so we know about it. This didn't.
Yeah, this is definitely unexpected.
we get UPC numbers, stuff like that. This didn't hit anybody. So there's a Toys R Us exclusive Starscream. What I think this means, one, he's totally going to be in the next season of the show. I think that's undoubtable. I don't think that's disputable, really. After the several Prime characters we've had on the show, him getting a toy definitely means, well, it means, one, he survived Prime. That's interesting, because Predacons Rising ended on an unknown note for Starscream. Two, he's coming back in Robots in Disguise. That's really cool. One thing to note about this figure, since this is a brand new mold that we have seen nothing of before, I'm guessing we're going to get a mainline 1, 2, not just this Toys R Us exclusive Starscream, because the Toys R Us exclusives have all been straight up repaints, so I can't see them getting a bunch of repaints of characters that people don't really care about, and then a brand new mold of one character that everyone loves, exclusive to them. I don't know.
In a way, I really hope that this is like only a Toys R Us exclusive, because then it'll make it even more painful that they only got it and it was a character people actually cared about for a change.
Wait a second, guys. Are you noticing that on the wait a minute, let me just double check this. Yes. On the two pictures, one in package and out of package, it has a different head sculpt.
No, it has one head sculpt.
Are you sure?
It looks slightly different in the different pictures, but it is the same.
Yeah.
Really? Because it looks different.
Maybe though, maybe it's just a really like one of those exclusives where they're trying to really push for it, and it might just be an exclusive, and it might be that Starscream's not going to be in the show, but instead they're going to use this mold for another Seeker. And
who would be on the show? That makes sense. I honestly...
They're just promoting it with Starscream because people like Starscream.
So my theory is, because I don't see them getting... Toys R Us getting exclusive rights to this mold, let alone the character. Because Starscream's a pretty popular character. He's going to pop up again later in this podcast, too. But what my guess is, because Soundwave and Ratchet both appeared from Transformers Prime on RID, they both looked very faithful to their original Prime designs. Starscream, this toy looks colored like the G1 version. It doesn't look like it's colored after Prime at all.
Yes, it's definitely Gen 1.
So what I'm thinking is possible... What is that noise?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you're good. But what I'm thinking is that maybe this is a repaint of the mainline one, and the mainline one is Prime colors, which is maybe how he'll show up in the show. And I guess maybe the G1 colors is Toys R Us exclusive, but I don't know. Also, if you guys look at the packaging shot, you can see the vehicle mode.
Yeah, look at the undercarriage.
It doesn't look awful to me, but it is it just me, or does the nose cone's whole section, does it slightly remind you of the Tetrajets at all?
Not really.
I don't know, just the way the whole front section looks, it just kind of reminds me of the Tetrajets. So what we have up is the in-hand.
Reminds me a lot of animated Starscream.
Yeah, that's what the robot mode, the proportions somewhat do, but so this is in package, and we have him out of packaging, so you can see his wings go up. And I kind of like the little guns on the sides of his arms. They look good to me. I don't know why.
Well, they're trying to be null rays.
I think they might have I think he might have wrist swivel. Not sure. But overall, this mold looks really good to me. The head sculpt's a little weird, but not bad. Take it. So yeah, do you guys want to see other uses of this mold? / do you think we will?
I think we will.
Yeah, I think we should get a Gen 1 Seeker team.
What were you going to say, Ray?
I think definitely for another character, not Starscream, and they're just showing the mold off early as an exclusive.
That's
but more
possible.
importantly, just to ruin your dreams right here, he definitely doesn't have wrist swivel.
You sure?
Look at the pictures of him from behind, and you can see where his wrists connect to his
so it's a
forearm.
different colored plastic? Oh, come
Uh,
on. There's two different
like
pieces. Why didn't they just add in the wrist swivel?
Because they look like they're meant to flip around into his forearm.
Okay. Then that's fair. That's fair. I didn't realize that. That's okay. I won't mind it that much.
I wouldn't mind, but his wing kibble looks way too high to me for some reason.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
It does look high, yes.
But then,
I would agree with
maybe
that.
this person in the images has him mistransformed, because
That
on
is
the back
true.
of the package, his wings aren't like that. They're like down or near his shoulders, which looks way cooler for that, by the way. So I don't know.
That's true.
They could have him mistransformed.
So personally, I'm hoping that this means, because it means we're obviously going to get Thundercracker and Skywarp, possibly a couple others, because the way RID has been doing characters is that because of the, I won't spoil the show, but the Decepticons have there's a giant ship, that prison ship that crashed, and they have several main characters, and then they also have a ton of like minion characters who are basically just different colored versions of some of the main characters, like Scorponok, and actually, like Optanimus pointed out to me, Arachnid from Prime. There's a couple different.
And also they got a crap ton of Viacon on them.
Yeah, and some Viacons. They're all different colored. So I'm guessing that they'll have some Seekers too later, maybe. But I'm hoping that
Which would also be a throwback to the animation errors in the original Gen 1 show.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that Thundercracker shows up in the show, because in my opinion, Thundercracker is an extremely, extremely underrated character, and he deserves more love than anyone can give him. So I hope he shows up in the show, because I love him.
All he does is...
I would like to see Skywarp, because I want to see him teleport a lot more.
What were you going to say, Ray?
Oh wait, I got mixed up between Skywarp and Thundercracker. I always get them confused, because they're like the two blacky Seekers, so I always think one's the other.
I like Skywarp, and it's cool that he can teleport. He definitely has the coolest color scheme out of all of them. But Thundercracker, by far, if you've read IDW at all, by far the coolest character. Although I will admit Starscream is a really, really great character in Transformers. Like, one of the best. I would even... I don't know. I would venture to say that Starscream is possibly the best character in Transformers, to me. Not, like, my favorite Transformer, but in terms of, like, his character and how interesting he is, I'd say he is definitely one of the top ones because of all the media he's been in, everything over the years. But I really hope Thundercracker's on the show, because I like Thundercracker. I do look forward to... I hope they get the voice actor back from Prime for Starscream, though, because I loved that.
Now, something else. Do you guys think Megatron will eventually come back?
We will talk about that in... Is that the next news item? No, there's one more news item. Don't worry. We will come back to that, actually, because there's evidence for that. Next news bit. There are no pictures, but I just wanted to mention. Takara just announced their warrior, Starscream, now that this has been released. And also a Hyperfire Starscream. I don't know what the heck that is, but... They announced that they are making both of those, so just thought I'd say that, because it is interesting news, but there are no pictures, so that is kind of sad. Next part of TV news is RID Season 4 has possibly been revealed as the fact that they're doing it, and they're recording now. And so there's a picture that I forget someone tweeted out, I think, that they're recording for RID, even though I think they just finished Season 3. So this is implying more, or Season 4 or something. Frank Welker's in the room. That they're recording.
Really now?
Yeah. So that would definitely...
Well, see, I wasn't going to bring that up. I was going to bring up the fact that, do you remember the episode with Soundwave?
Yeah.
Remember, I forget who it was who said it, but they said, Soundwave was trying to get a signal out to Megatron.
Did they say that?
Yes.
Huh, I don't remember them saying that. But you know, at the end of Predacons Rising for Prime, so where Megatron last left off, he was upgraded he was upgraded by Unicron into a new body. So he has a bigger, more Galvatron-y body. He's not called Galvatron now, but he does have a more Galvatron-like body. And
Yes.
he disowned the Decepticons and flew off on his own into hiding. So he's not a Decepticon anymore. So I would be interested to see him return, and because I want a toy of that robot mode. We didn't get one. The most we got was there was a Legion class, which was just a repaint of one of them, and then a Creo set. I want a toy of the frickin' robot mode for the Megatron that we saw, because it was awesome. Either way, I am very happy we're getting more RID, because I like this show a lot. So, yeah, I know you guys aren't huge RID fans, or at least...
Oh, I actually really like the show.
You like it?
Instead of watching it,
Ray, have you watched it at all?
No,
I don't.
I've not.
Most people haven't, so I mean, I won't hold that
I
against
don't like Prime, so I don't think I'd like RID.
I will tell you this: Prime and RID are very, very different.
Yes, they are very different.
I would not
they
say
are
that they're
incredibly
similar.
different.
I mean, they take place in the same universe, but I wouldn't guess that they did unless they had confirmed that as a fact, and the fact that Soundwave shows up. That's pretty much a dead ringer because he's the exact same.
Yeah, I mean, Soundwave is the exact same.
But I will tell you, did you not like Prime because it was too serious, or what? Do you know or not know?
No, I don't like it because there's that boy in it and he totally wants to bang RC, and it's just really wrong to me. Like, humans loving robots is just sick.
What? Ray, really? Save that for the after show, man.
I do kind of like the new human characters from RID, the guy and his dad. They're
Honestly,
Russell.
honestly though, that's the main reason I dislike, the serious reason I dislike Prime is that the human characters are too involved, and I've never been fond of human characters in Transformers either.
I share that sentiment with you. I didn't mind them that much in Prime, but I still didn't like whenever they were really featured. I will admit that the human characters in RID are used somewhat often, but it's more in a way that, I'd say complements the robots instead of takes the attention away from them, occasionally.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't think they distract you from the robots. But either way, so I'm happy there's more RID. Next bit of news, this is to do with the Combiner Wars series coming up. We got our next prelude, and it is Starscream. That's why I said Starscream is going to be coming up again. Did you guys watch it?
No.
No.
So I guess I'm the only one. That's okay. It was okay. It was him sort of just summing up his journey in IDW, the fact that he's always craved leadership, and that now he finally has it, and it's a lot different than he thought, and he's actually a good guy now. I liked it. It wasn't anything groundbreaking for me, because like I said, I keep up with the comics, so I know this. This will probably, like you said before, Ray, with Victorion just describing herself, this is sort of the same thing. It's Starscream describing the fact that he's a good guy now. He's not the evil Decepticon second in command anymore. He's one of the rulers of Cybertron, and he's actually a good guy now. So it's sort of him describing his journey, and so I think it's important for people who don't know that. I already knew that. So I really liked the way it was done, though, in terms of watching it. It actually was a cool video to watch, I will admit that. But it wasn't any new information for me. But it still was neat, I will say that. It was 2 minutes, so. Either way, we have that. Third-party news. We only have one bit of third-party news. Iron Factory is making a Legends Class 6-shot.
Yeah.
What?
My response, my response
full...
is, how?
Well, I mean, the full-size toy is crap. Usually Legends, no matter how hard they try, at least a little bit worse than the full-size version, so this is probably going to be complete dog shit no matter what they do.
Yeah, I don't know how well.
Does it even have 6
To be
modes?
really,
You see, but I'm pretty sure it has all 6 modes. I doubt third party would stray from G1, to be honest. Like, let's be real here.
I'm just saying. I mean, 6 modes for a Legends figure.
I
That's,
know. Well, they've recently gone out and they've been doing triple changers. They did. I don't know if they did any technical triple changers, but they did Overlord, and who who combines 2 vehicles into a robot, and then he also has he has the 2 vehicle modes. The 2 vehicle modes can combine into another mode. He also has a base mode, and then his robot mode. So I mean, they already did one that has like 4 modes technically, but which actually looks really good. I will hand that to Iron Factory. Their Overlord looks great, and that's not
you see though,
easy to pull off.
Overlord is easier than 6-shot.
Yeah, exactly.
Overlord's 2 separate things. He's a parts former, really, when you think about it.
Oh yeah, I absolutely know he is.
He's kind of like not as much of an obstacle. Plus, part of his design is that like half of his plane thing comes off and turns into a shield.
Yeah.
So he does get away very lightly for
I know.
Weird transformer. I'm not saying it's a bad. I've seen their base mode. It looks cool, but he does have an easier starting point.
Yeah. I'm not saying that just because they did Overlord, they could do 6-shot. I'm still very worried for 6-shot.
No.
One, because it looks okay in the robot mode, but like, I feel like that's going to be really hard to transform just because the size it is into 6 modes. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be very fiddly.
Honestly, I was thinking about this, right? 6-shot really only has 3 modes that are totally different. Or it's 3 modes that are slightly changed.
A lot of them are pretty similar.
His robot mode is like his wolf mode is basically his robot mode, but on 4 legs instead of standing upright.
It just has a different head. Yeah, pretty much.
And then he has like the vehicle mode where it's a little car. And that's both the tank and his like APC or whatever the other version of it's called. And his final mode is a space fighter and a laser gun. And the laser gun is literally the space fighter with the wings folded underneath.
Yeah, I wonder if on a side note he'll have his secret 7th mode. I'm sure you can fan mode it, but I wonder if that'll be included. You know, the one he used to murder Ultra Magnus. Yeah, so either way, that is all our news, but we can talk a bit more, because we're not going to do an after show for this one, but we can talk a bit more about, what was the topic? Oh yeah, Combiner Wars. Optanimus, are you still there? Just making sure.
I am, yeah.
Okay, you've just been silent for a little while. Uncharacteristic of you. But
it is, because I really couldn't get a chance to pop in.
But Combiner Wars. Are you guys sick of it? Like, do you want more or no?
Honestly, I think they've covered what they need to cover.
So you're done with
I mean, I'm not sick of it, but I mean, I probably wouldn't buy anything unless it was like really good.
Well, are you buying Computron?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. I think they might be charging a bit too much for that.
Like, which one are you talking about?
Pretty much, actually, any version really. Like the Hasbro one is, in my opinion, a bit overpriced.
It hasn't been priced, dude.
But I'm going off of the Amazon pre-orders.
What do they say?
They're saying like 150, which I'm not doing.
That's not what it's going to be. It's going to be under 100. Not by much, but it'll be around 100. That's what all the gift sets start at, and then they go down.
You know,
I'll probably get that. Then I'll probably just wait a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably stop after Computron.
But you're stopping after Computron. So you're saying that you're pretty much done with Combiner Wars, correct?
Yeah, unless they do something really spectacular that I'm not expecting.
You mean like Lio Kaiser?
Yeah. But see, that's just kind of weird to me. I don't think I'll be picking that one up.
Japanese stuff is awesome. Either way. Ray, what were you
It is,
say?
but I mean, you know.
What are your thoughts? Yeah.
So I'm just going to ask you a question before I give my thoughts. Who's stronger, 6-shot or Overlord?
What universe are you talking about?
Overlord.
Are you talking about like IDW or are you talking about G1?
Either.
Just in general?
Yeah.
Probably Overlord in most scenarios. In IDW, I'm pretty sure they're both indestructible, so that means neither one really. But in general, I'd say probably Overlord.
I don't know.
But I
I'd
don't
say
know.
Six Shot, because isn't his, like, thing that he, like, Overlord really does have a limitation because, A, he didn't start off that strong, and he's also been, like, mentally conditioned. Whereas Six Shot is just, like, ungodly powerful naturally. Like, he's not a phase... Yeah, he's a phase 6er, but he's not a artificial phase 6er, is he? He wasn't, like... They didn't do any of the stuff they did to Overlord to him.
They
He's
did.
just, like...
In IDW,
Oh,
they did.
did they?
Yep, they all went on the same
okay.
procedure. Although, Phase 6ers technically aren't indestructible because one was Black Shadow, and the Tarn killed Black Shadow. So...
Which I really hate him for, because I like Black Shadow.
I like Tarn. But either way, what are your thoughts on the Combiner Wars thing?
Well, before Titan's return, I was like, get rid of it. And then after Titan's return, I'm like, maybe it's not that bad to keep it around a bit longer.
That's really funny.
That is pretty good.
I don't want you anymore. Gets new toy line. I want you back. Baby, come back.
Basically,
come back.
it was like, I hate this now. And then the new toys came out, and I was like, oh, I was so wrong.
I'm pretty excited for Titan's return. I will say I am done with Combiner Wars yet because we are also getting Titan's return. Like, what I mean is, I would be very, very tired and done with Combiner Wars if we were still getting the rest of the Combiners that we're getting, like, you know, Copytron, Lio Kaiser, G2 Bruticus just came out. There may be a few others eventually that we're getting that they're talking about, and Groove later this year in a couple months. Because Mayhem didn't work out. They had a production error, so it's getting delayed to, like, October or August? I forget which.
Alright, I'm sorry, but you know how Black Shadow was killed off in IDW?
Yeah.
Right, I like the comics, but there's one thing I'm going to say they're dicks for, and they're shit at doing it as well, is they kill off, like, every Japanese character. Like, if they're Japanese, they're instantly a shit character, or they're going to die really quickly, or they're a horrible bad guy. It's like, can you write a Japanese character in and make them important and cool? And don't say Die Atlas was cool, yeah, what, until he lived up to his name and died five panels later. Yeah, great.
One,
like,
I really like Overlord, but he is a villain, like you said. Death Source is actually a pretty neat character in IDW. And lastly, Six Shot is awesome in IDW, and he is not dead. He is just off with the Terracons. So Abominus right now, actually. But
Six Shot isn't a Japanese character.
Yeah, he is.
No, he's not.
Yeah,
he's
he
not
is.
a Japan. No, I'm gonna be pedantic about this. He's not a Japan-only character.
Yeah, I'd agree with Depth Charge on this. Six Shot was released over here in the US.
When?
And he was in G1.
The toy in G1.
No, not toys.
G1.
In the cartoon.
Yes,
well, he was in the Rebirth, right?
He was in G1. You know when the Decepticons attacked Cybertron to get that, like, plasma thing, and the Ariels try and stop them. Six Shot goes and kicks the shit out of them. He was definitely in G1. I'm not debating this. He was in, like, just G1, the Transformers. Look it up. He was.
In the original cartoon.
Yes,
Yeah,
I agree
really
with
was.
Depth Charge on this. He was.
He kicked the crap out of the aerial bots. He definitely did. I'm not imagining this. It really happened. Nope, yeah, he's definitely a G1 character. He was way more important in Victory, though. That's the thing.
Yes, he was definitely way more
You're right.
important.
He was just in that episode. I did not remember that at all. You are right. He was in that one episode.
It still counts though because he was in an episode.
You are right. I did not remember that at all, actually.
Yeah, I knew something somebody else didn't know for a change.
Yeah, but I love Six Shot. He didn't do anything though in the episode you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like,
See though, I know the Six Shot stuff because he's one of my favorite characters, so that's why I know that.
He's one of my favorite too. So that's why I'm surprised I didn't remember that.
I'd like him more if he didn't have crap alt modes. Like, if he was just a robot, like, I'd
His
like
robot
him
mode
more.
is awesome. Yeah, it is true.
Everything else
I hope the
sucks.
Titans Return 6-shot has a great robot mode. The other modes are just okay. Like, they don't suck, but they're just okay. But the robot mode's awesome. Then I'll be completely satisfied. That's what I'll say about Titans Return 6-shot. Oh, but to finish my Combiner Wars thing. So, I was starting to get sick of Combiner Wars, but now that Titans Return is here and we're getting them simultaneously because of the Combiner Wars box sets, I'm okay with it. Because it's like, oh yeah, I'm still excited that I'm getting this Combiner because I have these other things that transform different. Finally. Because I need unique transformations in my life. I'm sorry, but like, I can't...
Yeah, that was my main problem with Combiner Wars, just repaint after repaint, and then there was one new mold, but then there was more repaints.
It's not even, like, I loved when they did the reshells and stuff, but it's like, the transformation schemes, the fact that they all have to become a limb, like an arm and a leg, and then they all have their robot mode and vehicle mode, they all transform very similarly. And so that's why it was like, even the ones that aren't remolds and stuff each other, like Off-Road. Off-Road, functionally, is an aerial bot. The way he transforms is an aerial bot. And that's why it's like, I was starting to get to that. But I'm okay with it now because we are getting characters that I like. Which we were before, but we're getting characters that I like while I'm getting unique transformations from Titans Return. So I'm still going to be buying Combiner Wars because I am happy with Combiner Wars. They work very well and they're fun, but like, I need unique transformations, which I'm happy Titans Return is bringing back.
I hope, even as somebody who's not really going to be as on top of toy collecting now, I really do hope that they keep up with... I think Combiner Wars should just be a permanent subline.
Mm-hmm.
Like
throughout the whole Prime Wars trilogy?
Yeah. Or like, even past the Prime Wars trilogy, why does it have to go away? It's fine that did Combiners right for a change. I don't really want it to just drop dead and disappear forever.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I would like it to, like, them release, a couple Combiners each year. Like 3 or 4, I'd say. Like, every couple months. Like, I like the gift set, like, the box format, because, like, I like getting them all at once.
Exactly, it's an easy thing for them to do, where they can just keep on doing box sets every year.
Mm-hmm. I think it makes sense, too, especially because a lot of people want G2 Defensor, too. So it's like, I feel like they should really make that. And the Beast Combiners. Now, Beast Combiners may be part of the third Prime Wars trilogy part, but we don't know. But either way, even whenever they do a couple in the third part, then they could do the rest in, the Combiner Wars subline. Because I'll agree with you, I really like the Combiner Wars subline. Like, it's just nice, like, hey, I have these mainline Transformers, but I'm also getting a Combiner every couple months, and all at once. I don't have to have the limbs for months and then get the
see the problem with the beginning of Combiner Wars was for the first two waves, Stenicons and Aerobots, was the fact that Drag Strip came in the first wave.
Okay,
and then
you live
Air
in the
Raid
US.
came in the second.
You live in the US.
Yeah.
You do not have the right to complain about that because Ray, he in the UK, they got the Wave 1. So they got the Aerobots minus Air Raid plus Drag Strip. They didn't get Wave 2. So they have something to complain about. You don't, because you did. Months later, yes. And so, yes, I know that
I'm complaining about the fact that it was months later.
Yeah, right, yes. Shut up, Tanner. You still got it way sooner than we did.
Exactly. He waited, like, how long has it been? Like a year and a half now?
Yeah, a year and a half for Wave 2.
They waited a year and a half. You waited like 2 months.
So shut it, Tanner.
Yeah, exactly.
Still though, Air Raid should have been in Wave 1. That's all I'm saying.
Actually, Air Raid's my favorite aerial bot, so I was pretty happy whenever I got him by himself. It was like, oh, I get to admire him. And he's actually my favorite, which is why I'm actually really excited Hasbro's using him for I always want to call him Afterburner. Strafe. I know their names.
And I'm going to be bold here and say that the reason I can justify the the way they released those is so that there would be a selling point for the second wave beyond. It's so that you wouldn't get an entire combiner in one wave. So there'd always be a selling incentive on the second wave in a set. So that's why they did it.
See, I heard that the marketing reason they did it is because they didn't want to have waves that were completely Autobot and completely Decepticon. But, like, the way I see it, then why didn't you do 2 Stunticons and 2 Aerobots instead of 3 Aerobots and 1 Stunticon? I mean, I guess...
Yeah, like, that just annoyed people.
One better than none, but, like, marketing-wise, I do understand the point. They're like, we can't have a wave that's completely Autobots and no Decepticons to fight. Because what are kids going to do? They're going to be like, I want an Autobot, I want a Decepticon. They're going to fight. But, like, they go to the store and it's like, hey, there's completely Autobots.
Well, at least they chose literally the best Decepticon for the first wave. Just saying.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you like Dragstrip so much.
Dragstrip, yeah.
Still, okay, your love for Dragstrip has nothing on Animus's love for Scavenger. I'm telling you.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Yeah, Animus is a favorite combiner. Remember that?
I actually got him G1 Scavenger at BotCon. Gonna give it to him in like 2 weeks towards his birthday. He's pretty excited.
Right, though, he likes Scavenger, and it's like, alright, it's fine, you like that, but at least Dragstrip has more personality. I mean, the Constructicons
what
really
personality
suffer.
does yeah, exactly, that's what I tell him. I was like, he doesn't have a character. He's like, he doesn't have a character that you know about.
He just doesn't have one.
He's like,
the most memorable Scavenger moment is when he killed Prowl.
Yeah, exactly, that's the only thing he did. It's like, screw you.
Well, at least it was a really good thing he did.
No, shut up, I like Prowl.
What do you have against Prowl? I like Prowl.
Dick, he's a dick.
Not
oh my
G1.
God. Alright, yeah, that's different. In IDW...
In IDW, the guy deserves to die. I'll even say that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, now you're using a different tune. Now I've clarified. Oh, yeah,
No, in G1 he's not, though.
Yeah, that's different.
Totally different character. Like, totally different. There's a reason I say, as soon as he said IDW, I was like, oh, he should die. Yeah, exactly.
The problem with Scavenger is that a lot of combiners do have quite characterized individuals in them. Like, I know Dragstrip at least has like a proper backstory and personality and stuff. And, you know, some of the other combiner teams have members who are actual characters beyond the combiner. Whereas, like, the Constructicons really get fucking gypped in that they just never get any personality development as individuals. They're just always hanging out as a gang. You never see one Constructicon.
Except for Hook and Mixmaster.
But those are the exceptions.
When did they get, like, actual good characterization?
Well, I mean, they're not good, but they have characters.
Oh, yeah, so does Scrapper, the leader.
Yeah.
Besides, I mean, like, he's the leader, so I mean... But either way.
But yeah, they just kind of like always come in a gang, and they're always like...
They're always together, yeah, they're never their own people.
Yeah.
In all fairness, Dragstrip has never done anything commendable on his own, though.
Actually, he did. He used to be a racing champion, and he was going to be assassinated during a race with Blur, and he didn't get assassinated. So get your facts right. Well, actually, he does have backstory and personality.
Scavenger killed Prowl, so that's more notable.
Yeah, but no one cares about Scavenger, because he's just like a
do not say that to Animus. Do not say that to Animus.
He watches this, he's going to be like, oh!
It's funny because it's actually kind of true. But either way, so that... and we'll wrap up the show with that, and just on that note of... Either way. So, I'm totally lost now. I just keep thinking of Dragstrip and Scavenger fighting now. Anyway, so I'm Erimus Prime. We have Optanimus and Ray. It's been nice to have you guys on episode 5. Make sure you check out our Twitter at TFPrimecast. That's really hard. I mean, obviously, if you know the title of this podcast, it'll be very hard to find our Twitter because it's the exact same. You can also find me at Erimus Prime if you want to. Ray is not on the internet to be talked to because he's antisocial. No, I'm just kidding. Tanner, you have weird ones, so I'll just put the links. You don't have to say them.
Thanks.
You're welcome. Is that supposed to be a Shockwave voice?
No, this is a Shockwave voice, you idiot.
It's horrible because it sounds like an American person trying to do an English accent, and it's just not convincing me at all.
It is pretty accurate to how Shockwave actually did sound, though. I will not lie about that. Shockwave had a weird voice.
Yes, but it was awesome.
Eh.
Except from the fact that he was like the least important character ever. Like, oh, I'm keeping a guard on the space
you know
gate.
who was the least important character ever? Scavenger.
Oh no! You have you better not. You better hope that Andy doesn't watch this.
We'll see. Either way.
If he watches this and he hears you say that, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Wait, you know what? I want just to interject with one last thing. I'm really disappointed because I'm a really big fan of the Brave series. Like Go Guy Gar is the one I was using an example. Though I also like J Decker, King of the Braves, and Mike Game quite a lot. All those three are good. But I only recently found out that when Masterpieces were still new, or maybe before them, I don't quite know when it came out, there were Masterpiece Brave series figures, but they only ever made two, X-Kaiser and I want to say like Dragon Kaiser or whatever his teammate was called.
Huh,
And
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, Dragon Kaiser and X-Kaiser. Well, King X-Kaiser, not just normal X-Kaiser. But I'm really disappointed because it's like, A, I really wish I could have those, but they're really expensive second-hand now. And B, it's like the line completely died after those two came out, and it's like, oh, I would love there's Brave series figures, but most of them don't transform.
That is interesting. Either way, so this has been episode 5 of TFPrimecast. And that's pretty much it. Thanks. See ya.